do it one more time. Our next song is a song to celebrate Hanukkah, and our kindergarten students learned that children play with a toy called a dreidel, which is a kind of top around Hanukkah. So this song is called My Dreidel. Because each class is featured singing their very own song. And I have to thank our kindergarten teachers for every year doing such a great job preparing their students to sing these songs for you. So right now, I'm going to ask my kindergartners, raise your hand if you are not in Mrs. Barlow's class. Those students, can you please sit down? Mrs. Barlow's friends, we're going to stay standing. Mrs. Barlow's class is going to sing for us. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Mrs. Barlow's friends to please quietly sit down. And Mrs. Armington's friends, please stand up. Mrs. Armington's class will sing The Lights on the Tree.
Rattle,
to stay standing, and the rest of our kindergartners are going to stand up to join them. Our next song is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Kindergarten music curriculum, students are focusing on three main goals. They are trying to become tuneful, be able to sing in tune, become beatful, be able to keep the steady beat, and become artful. They're looking to understand that music is beautiful and they can feel emotions from it. One way that we can teach students to be artful is through the use of something called a finger play, which is basically a rhyme where students use motions to help them understand the emotions of the rhyme. So this next one is a finger play, and listen to students expressively present a chubby little snowman. Ready, guys? Chubby little snowman had a carrot nose. Along came a bunny, and what can you suppose? That hungry little bunny, looking for his lunch, ate that snowman's carrot nose. Nibble, nibble, crunch. Now, can everybody that is not in Miss Randall's class please raise their hand? If your hand is up, please sit down. Miss Randall's class will now sing Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Peace
Now can I please have Miss Randall's friends sit and Mrs. Galant's friends stand. Mrs. Galant's class will now perform Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Can I please have all of the kindergartners stand? As students work to become tuneful, beatful, and artful musicians, we focus a lot on the beauty that we hear in recorded music. And it's very difficult, as I'm sure many of you know, to keep some 5-year-olds sitting during a piece of classical music. So we use that opportunity to get up and move while we listen to music, so that students understand the beauty in the music and they understand the form of the music, what keeps coming back. So students are going to present you a movement piece that goes along with the song Für Elise by Ludwig van Beethoven. And you're going to see them do several motions that remind you of snow. They'll show the snow falling down like this, or with both hands like this. They're going to build a snowman by rolling the snowball and then stacking the pieces on top of each other. They're going to show ice skaters sliding on the ice or doing figure eights. So we hope you enjoy this next piece, Für Elise. Ready to watch me? What I do. show you how they have been practicing keeping the steady beat. We practice keeping the steady beat with our bodies and with instruments, and for today's show, they are going to be keeping the steady beat using jingle bells to, you guessed it, jingle bells. Can I have my friends in the first row please step forward and pick up the jingle bells quietly? Prepared for you today. Before we sing it, I would like to thank all of you so much for coming today, for supporting our music program. I would like to thank our teachers for helping to prepare their students for this show. I've heard them singing in the cafeteria for weeks now, so thank you so much for helping them practice. Thank you to our administration for supporting our music program to allow us to be here today. And before we sing our last song, I'd like to just make a couple announcements about safety at the end of our show. At the end of our show, we will leave students on the risers for a couple of minutes so that you can take any pictures that you'd like to get. But we ask that students stay right where they are on the risers. No students should plan on getting off of the risers or getting off the stage. At the end of the performance, all students need to return to primary school with their teacher for safety. Thank you so much for coming. We hope you have a happy holiday. Our last song is We Wish You a Merry Christmas.